Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Assalamu alaikum everybody, this is alishanmao, FPV Racing quadcopter and fast thrilling proximity FPV freestyling is spreading like fire. It's an addiction. It's something that you cannot resist. Once you fly an FPV Racing quadcopter, you are hooked. Now there are many flight controllers in the market, but two of them are the most top of the list, and those are NAZ32 and CC3D flight controllers. This quadcopter was configured with NAZ32, but then later I moved on to CC3D because I love flying with CC3D and I love the ease of setup and tweaking of the CC3D. Now there are many other flight controllers in the market. I haven't had chance to test them apart from NAZ32 and CC3D for FPV Racing quadcopter. But hey, there's a new bad boy around the corner here this time, and this is Neuron Flight controller. You what's inside the box, go ahead, check the video description and the link to Neuron Flight controller website and read about all the cool features that this Neuron Flight controller is offering, and I'm sure you will be amazed for the power of hardware this little flight controller packs in it, and the ease of setup and ease of tweaking, and of course the amazing flight performance this little flight controller offers. It's very simple. Inside the box you get a Neuron Flight controller. Okay, this is just this little flight controller, you can see, very small unit. As you dig in the box, you get a small, very quick guide. You get the USB cable and the connector module to connect your USB and configure your Neuron Flight controller. You have Neuron stickers. You have a double-sided 3M tape. And finally, we have two different color shells for your Neuron Flight controller. So you can actually match your Neuron Flight controller to your quadcopter color scheme, or maybe, pimp up your quadcopter, not quadcopter, your flight controller looks. Looking at this quick guide right here in my hand, you can see you can configure a quadcopter, plane, and helicopter. And basically this connection diagram shows how simple as 1, 2, 3 the Neuron Flight controller is when it comes to making connections. Basically you use S-bus, you have to use S-bus or PPM connections, that is one cable connections only, to configure all the channels for your desired aircraft setup. Now that I said this flight controller can fly FPV Racing quadcopter as well, seeing FPV Racing addiction, Neuron was kind enough to actually release a special FPV Racing version of a Neuron Flight controller. This is basically a standard Neuron Flight controller mounted on top of a quality power distribution board that offers you all the connections. You can solder all kind of connections you need. You can solder your ESC connections. It also has a USB port and Bluetooth support. Yes, all Neuron Flight controllers have USB port and they support Bluetooth. So right here in my hand you can see the USB and beeper modules that you can connect to this FPV Racer version of Neuron Flight controller. You can use a multi-V Bluetooth module or a 3DR Bluetooth module, easily available in the market, and you can use the Bluetooth module with your Neuron Flight controllers. Once you have a Bluetooth connected to your Neuron Flight controller, you can just download an application to your smartphone or iOS devices and easily configure all the parameters of your Neuron Flight controllers or tweak PIDs right there on the field. This makes life really very easy. Now in the background you can see I have set up a 330 size FPV Racing quadcopter with the standard Neuron Flight controller, not this one because I already have a power distribution board on that quadcopter. So I used a standard Neuron Flight controller and I have configured that quadcopter with Neuron, and this quadcopter here is configured with the CC3D, so we can easily compare the performance of both flight controllers. Next we are going to see how well this flight controller is going to behave for FPV Racing quadcopters, and of course I will also test it on fixed wing aircraft. Hey, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and stay updated for all the new uploads. If you like the video, hit the like button and share it with friends.